Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, good. Nice to meet you. Yeah, my name is Jean Bosco Mugunyankiko. I'm a student in the Bachelor of Arts program with College for America at Southern New Hampshire University. And I'm conducting this interview as part of my academic work. With your consent, I will record this interview and use the information in a street interview video I'm working on for a government and you project. This interview will be used to create a street interview video and submit it to the College for America so that my project can be evaluated. This recording will be used solely um, solely for this purpose. The interview information will be temporarily stored in the College for America online evaluation system to which only the evaluator and College for America staff will have access. Do you have any questions?
So I don't
Good. Do you give your consent to be interviewed and recorded?
have.
Yeah, good. Nice. Can you read this statement?
So I, Stephen Kizungu, I give my informed consent to participate in this interview to be recorded and used as the student academic work.
Yeah, good. Thank you. So I have some questions to ask you. As an American citizen, have you heard about the branches of the government? What are the branches of the USA government?
So I know that there is a judicial,
Yeah.
the judicial, there is the legislative,
Yeah, you are almost there.
and I forgot the third one.
Yeah, nice one. You tried, you managed to list some of them. So I have the second question. What does each branch do?
I know that the district is the chamber of court justification, which create the rules to be governed by the government.
Yeah. Another one?
Another one is the judicial. So that one goes in institutional court, where related to lawyers, where maybe
Yeah. Good, nice. Democrats and Republican are the major parties. Can you name the Fed party?
honestly, I don't know that part.
Can you try? Haven't you heard about this? Another party apart from this?
I only know Republican and
Ah, good. Thank you. So I have the last question. What is the basic process by which a bill becomes a law?
also I don't know.
Can you try a little bit?
Frankly speaking,
Yeah, don't worry. Okay, so thank you for taking this time to share your ideas with me. I hope to reach out also next time if I want you. Thank you. Nice day. Yeah. How are you?
fine.
Yeah, nice to meet you. My name is Jean Bosco Mugunyankiko. I'm a student in the Bachelor of Arts program with College for America at South New Hampshire University, and I'm conducting this interview as part of my academic work.
Yeah.
With your consent, I will record this interview and use the information in a street interview video I'm working on for a government and you project. The interview will be used to create a street video interview and submit to the College for America so that my project can be evaluated. This record will be used solely for this purpose. The interview information will be temporarily stored in the College for American online evaluation system, to which only the evaluator and the College for America staff will have access. Do you have any question?
So, no question.
Good. Do you give your consent to be interviewed and recorded?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Can you read the statement?
I, Aphrodis Manzabayo, give my informed consent to participate in this interview to be recorded and used as students' academic work.
Yeah, very good. I have 4 questions to ask you. As an American citizen,
Yeah.
what are the 3 branches of government?
So the 3 branches of government, first of all, there is judiciary,
Yeah.
there is legislative, and even the executive.
Good. So, what does each branch do?
So I don't have that much information about them, but what I know is that judiciary deals with the justice, or how people are treated before the law. So, and the executive, I think it deals with the governance of the country, and
Yeah.
then the legislative is more of making laws.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Nice. The 3rd question. Democrats and the Republicans are the major parties. Can you name a 3rd party?
So apart from Democrats and the Republicans, the other party that I know in US is Green Party. Yeah, that's the other
Yeah,
party.
that's great. So the last question, and the 4th one, what is the basic process by which a bill becomes a law?
So from what I know that like before the law is voted or put into in place to govern some people,
Yeah.
first of all, there is a way a person may come up with an idea of what should be put into the laws, and then after giving that proposal, the members of the parliament discuss about it, and if they also see that can be a law, they vote for that, and then the last step is for the president to also sign for it, and then if the president says this should be changed or it cannot be a law, it's brought back. But if he says this can be a law, then it's implemented and then signed.
Yeah, for sure you made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for taking this time with me and
Yeah.
sharing your ideas. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Hello. So I'm going to talk about a street interview video that I made with 2 people that I met in the street. It was just about collecting some information from the citizen to make sure if they know some USA government institutions or branches of the government. So it was really amazing because they were able to mention to respond to the questions. I had 4 questions and they managed to respond to to all the questions, even though they were not aware of the information I wanted to correct, but they tried to do some. So through this video, I'm going to tell you what they provided as answers, and then I'm going also to adjust, to correct the mistakes in order to elaborate more or explain the question that in order to give the answer, the accurate answers. So the first question was, what are the branches of the government, the USA government? So the first interviewee was called Stephen. Then he tried to give two branches, and he was not aware about the third branch. Then he said legislative and judicial. Then he forgot executive. For this question, the three branches of the USA government are executive, judicial, and legislative. So the second person was named. His name was Aphrodis, and he really did a good job because he managed to provide the right answer about the three branches of the USA government. He managed to give all the branches. So the second question was, what does each branch do? Actually, my interviewees were not aware about what each branch does, but one of them tried to provide a little bit good answer. For Stephen, for instance, he said that he knows that legislative is a chamber which deals with court, which I think was not correct, and judiciary is related to the laws, and he forgot executive and its duty. Regarding Aphrodis was correct, was right, because he tried to give the answer about how legislative deals with laws, judiciary with court, and executive to enforce the laws. So actually for this question, the right answer, legislative deals with laws, yet executive execute the laws created. Then the judicial deals with it's a court. It's a court which deals with to see if the laws created are right according to the Constitution. So how are these branches connected? These branches are connected because the legislative vote laws which go to the executive, and the executive is governed by the president. Then the president enforces these laws, and when they are enforced by the executive, they take another step to the judicial, which interprets them according to the Constitution. The judicial is there to ensure that the laws created are created without violating the Constitution. This is the way that all these branches are connected. Another question, it's Democrat and the Republic are the major parties. Can you name a third party? So in the USA, there are two major parties, which are Republicans and Democrats. But my interviewers, they were not aware. They all both know the two parties, the two major parties, but they are not aware of the third parties, except one of them, who is Aphrodis. He was able to say the Green Party as the third party. So as I said, Republicans and Democrats are the major parties, and they, according to their histories, they were created around the years 1790s, and these two systems were strong and competitive since their creation. They are competing and if the Republicans governs this mandate, it's probably possible to have Democrats ruling for the following mandate. They are always competing. There are two parties which are always competing since their creation in these 1790s. So the third parties is there are many minor parties, but I can say, for instance, Green Party. These parties don't have a big influence, but they make sure that they align behind a party which agrees with them to consider their views. When they consider their views, they align behind them, and this can be a one way to their voice to be heard and impact the country. So regarding the last question, what is the basic process by which a bill become a law? This a bill, it's an idea or an opinion which is brought by people or someone in the Congress. Let me remind you about what is legislative, the component of the legislative. It's called also Congress, and it's composed by representative and a Senate. Then a bill, when a bill is proposed, it comes to the legislative. Then they discuss about the bill or as an opinion. Then when it's the legislative agrees on the bill, it continues to the executive. The executive is composed by the president and around 5 million workers. When this is approved by the president, it is implemented, or when it doesn't pass, we say that it dies. Then it can't continue, and sometimes it goes back to the legislative in order to revise it and see if they can make some adjustment. So let me talk about the role of sponsors, committees, and the voting in the legislative. So sponsors are those influential people who maybe have an impact on the economy of the country, and then they can give their ideas to the bill. Also committees, these are committee inside the legislative which help this bill or deal with this bill in order to be to pass in the legislative. So regarding voting, when the bill is in, when the legislative members discuss about the bill, they have to vote in order to make sure if the majority of the representative agree on this bill. When it is voted, it pass and continue towards the executive, which is headed by the president. And when it is approved by the president, the judiciary is there to interpret it according to the constitution. So this was what I have to say about this interview video. Thank you.